Mate, scripted voice line, bro.
What do you mean?
I don't think I do, mate. It's that. I think might do. Honestly, might do. Are they? Mate. Well, so.
Shush it!
Okay. Yo. So it all starts when you're walking outside on the street and suddenly you hear a voice. It's a girl, it's one of your childhood friends. Her name is Sayori.
Oh no, Sayori!
Right, so Sayori decides that because you haven't joined any clubs recently, and you're perfectly happy to live in your average life and just spend all the time in anime and games, but Sayori thinks you need to join a club. You've not joined a club yet, and so you reluctantly agree that you should join the literature club. Sayori's in. Now, when you
What's the literature club?
I think it's the literature club.
What?
So the literature club, you discover, is actually filled with incredibly cute. Their names are Sayori, obviously, then you have Yuri, and Suki and Monica. Now, the first part of the game is considered like poems to girls, you run a little bit about them, but as you say, things seem off.
Shush.
So, you discover that Sayori's a little odd, and Yuri as well, and in fact all of them, and Monica is kind of creepy. She's distant, but also not. It's odd. And the act comes from the tension rises when you discover that Sayori is actually chronically depressed. And she tells you that. At this point in the game, you have the option to either give her, not give her, but to either say that you love her, or that she'll always be depressed. Now, the outcome you pick, actions so positively, so that Sayori feels better. Now, however, there's actually something called the illusion of choice, since regardless of which option you pick, there's always a possible downside. Telling her you love her could have been too much for her to go through at that moment, full of heavy emotional turmoil, and telling her that you'll always be a close friend is basically friend-zoning her when she very well might like you. Now, this all comes to a penultimate crisis when the next day you discover, after Monica tells you to not leave Sayori hanging in those exact words, discover that Sayori is in fact hanging in her room. In one of the most iconic scenes in digital history with the phrase "I just saw." Now, this goes back to the game starts to glitch out. Sayori's character file just doesn't exist anymore, and the game is glitchy and the characters are messed up, and eventually it restarts and things start to seem normal again. It feels like Monica's almost replaced Sayori as a close friend. Now, as Act 2 goes on, things seem normal until they don't anymore. Characters seem weird and acting strange, and the poems are encrypted and odd, and eventually Natsuki is your poem, but instead of being a normal poem, read, Monika's been acting weird, and Yuri, I'm really worried for her. I'm embarrassed to say anything, but I don't want to say anything as well because Monika's going to listen and she's acting weird and dismissive, and I don't know. And Sayori was actually very right about her suspicion of Monica. Monica is controlling, and Monica ends up actually forcing you to essentially stab herself because she is crazy from obsession given to her by Monica. This obsession was given to her to make Yuri seem more unlikely, and so the main character would choose Monica. Eventually, Monica gets fed up and just deletes Yuri and Sayori. Not Sayori, and that's it. Monica is in after speed on a video at 5 a.m. Monica is then it's the whole just Monica thing where you're just in a room alone with Monica. At which point, the player has to delete Monica's character file, which makes her get deleted from the game and promotes essentially Sayori to be the leader of the Literature Club. But then Sayori starts with power too, and she realizes the Literature Club cannot be safe because everyone will abuse power. At which point, she decides. At which point she decides that she has to delete the game because they can, happiness down. She plays one of the most amazing end credits songs, that being The Reality, which goes like, okay. Let me say, I imagine a future where I can be with you, but no, in my